What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Book Space, where we do book reviews and tell stories. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of the book titled How Women Rise, written by Sally Helgesen and Marshall Goldsmith. As we do here, I'm going to read for you the first page of the book so that you can get a sense of the writing style of the authors. And so the first page goes like this. Chapter 1, Where We're Coming From. In 2015, a mutual friend and colleague, Mike Dalworth, sent the two of us, Sally and Marshall, an email with the subject line, Crazy Idea. His suggestion that we collaborate on the book you now hold in your hands. We both immediately knew it was a great idea, explaining why requires a bit of a background. In 2007, Marshall published his international bestseller, What Got You Here Won't Get You There. How successful people become even more successful. There was a gold sticker on the front cover that read, Discover the 20 workplace habits you need to break. The lead endorsement came from Alan Mallory, then CEO of Ford Motor Company, CEO of the Year in the United States, and one of Marshall's superstar coaching clients. Marshall's proven improvement process rocks. In the book, Marshall identified 20 behaviors that often trip up high achievers in their quest to make it to the next level. These are habits he's repeatedly observed, hindering talented people from reaching their full potential, diminishing their ability to inspire and lead others, and at times even derailing their careers. The examples and stories were drawn from the global base of clients Marshall has developed over many decades as one of the world's most successful executive coaches. So the authors go on to say that they noticed that the habits that trip up men leaders are not necessarily the habits that trip up women. Women had different behavior patterns than men leaders. Say, for instance, like if you give a woman leader feedback, they are likely to take it on board and actually give themselves a hard time for failing at that point or not being excellent at that point, and try and work extremely hard to change that behavior or habit. Whereas, on the other hand, men leaders, if they are less likely to take on feedback, because in their minds they're thinking, if I'm already successful, that couldn't really be a big deal. And so this is what prompted Marshall and Sally to write this book specifically for women, in order to sort of show them and identify habits that trip them up in the workplace and that keep them stuck in the positions that they're currently in, or that hinder them from growing and progressing in their careers. So this book, from when I read it, it is not only for leaders in the workplace who are women, it is also for women in general who are in the workplace, who would like to advance in their career, to grow and to become, to go into positions that are more than what they currently have, or just to become a more excellent, more well-rounded person. So this book I definitely recommend for any woman who is working in a professional environment, or any woman whatsoever who's seeking to grow in their work, in their business, in their career. So in this book, they talk about 12 habits that hold women back. So some of the habits are the reluctance to claim your achievements, which is something, when I was reading through this book, I noticed that I exhibit a lot of these habits, and Marshall and Sally in the book later on, they actually talk about behavior clusters. So if you're exhibiting one habit, it's more likely that you will exhibit a couple more. So it is true about the habit clusters. I found within myself that it wasn't only one habit that I had that I was exhibiting that they listed here. It was actually a couple. So yeah, reluctance to claim your achievements, expecting others to spontaneously notice and reward your contributions. I thought this one was particularly interesting because a lot of the time we always think, or I always thought that if you're good at your job, your work will speak for itself. And if your work speaks for itself, your superiors and others will notice it and will reward you accordingly because of your good job. But that is not the case. You have to be an ambassador of yourself. You have to be able to articulate the good work that you're doing, and make sure that it is her, like your superiors know that you're doing a good job. Because if you are not tooting your own horn, everybody else is too busy to notice, and everybody else is probably too busy trying to advance themselves to push your agenda. Overvaluing expertise. I have fallen into that trap many times. Building rather than leveraging relationships. Failing to enlist allies from day one. The perfection trap, the disease to please, minimizing too much, ruminating, letting your radar distract you, like among others. Are the 12 habits that they talk about. I feel like the fact that they give examples of the habit in action, and not only show you the negative aspects of the habit, but they also give you suggestions on how you can overcome the habits by enlisting somebody to help you, like to keep an eye on you during, if you say, for instance, if you have got a habit of minimizing. I do this a lot because I don't want to. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to offend someone, or I'm holding up the meeting, stuff like that. So then I'll be like, I just wanted to say, or this might not be a major point, or I will say, I just wanted to ask, or just a minor point. Things like even though your contribution is probably worth a lot, and it is probably very important, and a major point in probably making or breaking the project or whatever it is you're working on, you put in just, or I just wanted to say, to minimize it, to make it look like it's a small point, like it's a small oversight on there, but like it's something small. So minimizing is a habit that I have. And so the author suggested that, like, having somebody in the same meetings as you, that you can enlist to say, I've noticed that I've got this habit of minimizing. Can you help me listen out for when I do that, and give me feedback after the meetings? So they give you suggestions of how you can change those habits, on or how you can try and break those habits moving forward. So it not only gives you a mirror and shines a light on things that you could be doing that you didn't think were a big deal, but actually are hindering you and preventing you from advancing in your career, but they also give you ways and tips and tricks on how you can change those habits, how you can move into a more positive direction towards your dreams and your visions and goals. And so if you're a woman and you are looking to grow, you're looking to rise in your career, you're looking to become a better professional, you're looking to become a better boss, I would highly, highly, highly recommend this book. You will not regret it. I have read this book before, and I've read it a second time. And this is a library copy that I have here. But I will definitely be purchasing this book to keep, because it's that kind of book where you will need to come and refer back again and again. So I would say it's worth having a copy of this book in your possession. And so that is all for me for today. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up so I'll know to make more content like this. And leave a comment in the comment section below if you've read this book and what you thought, and what kind of habits you've noticed you have managed to break, or that you have seen that you do from reading this book. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that and click the notification bell so that you will know every time I release amazing content. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today again, and until next time, see ya.